Well, it depends who you ask. I will give you my opinion on open relationships. In a nutshell, if two people are in a relationship and they decided to open it up and have sex outside a relationship with each other or not with each other, that is okay. It's not for everyone and requires certain emotional maturity and it's work, but it is okay. It's okay to have that, to be outside of the box. What I think is not okay is the notion that's out there that a successful marriage, a happy relationship can only be achieved with monogamous sex, and that is just not true. There's enough people out there who would tell you, who have open relationships and tell you that they're successful at it, that they are happy with it, and it is just not true that monogamy is a requirement for a happy marriage or successful relationship. For men and women who love sex and have an honest, open relationship, I mean honest by they have come together, they've talked about it, they have set up boundaries, they've set up rules, they've discussed their concerns, their fears, and their joys and their desires. If all of that is present, an open relationship can offer a very exciting sex life. And I guess that is something to be thinking about. I'm even going to take this further. I also personally believe that it offers emotional growth. If I'm in a situation where I step into a relationship and I demand or expect my partner to have sex only with me, I deny myself this opportunity for this personal growth. I become emotionally lazy. All you have to do is ask someone in an open relationship about this emotional growth that's necessary. Just ask them about it and they will tell you that it is necessary that you have dealt with certain insecurities because if you want to create, not only create but also maintain a loving relationship in the form of an open relationship, then it is required. And just to make it a little more complicated, life sometimes throws you a curveball, and obviously things change, emotions change, perceptions change, even maybe the way you feel about an open relationship. So you have to definitely be able to be in touch with yourself, in touch with your emotions, and be able to talk about it. Some of the emotional growth that's really necessary for an open relationship to exist is, for instance, a sexual self-assurance. If you're sitting at home and you worry who's the better lover, you or the person that is with your partner presently, then it's going to be a long night. And it can be very painful. I have been there. And so you really have to find your own value as a lover. That is your journey. That is your responsibility to do. Trust. Trust needs to be present, and that of course requires a tremendous amount of communication skills. You got to be able to talk about things that you are difficult to talk about, like honest feelings. An open relationship just requires overall emotional growth, because if jealousy is still part of your makeup and part of your ego, or passive aggressiveness or lying, it's going to be difficult to maintain this relationship, and it's going to be difficult to keep it in a loving environment. And just to add a little thing on top of that is, life will throw you some curveballs and you will change your mind about open relationships, about your feelings, about your perceptions, because no feeling is final. So you really have to stay fluid, and you have to be able to communicate. So that is my opinion, short opinion, and about open relationship. What is yours? Maybe Maybe you don't know. Maybe you just have curiosity, and if that's the case, I can offer you 3 of the following questions that you can ask yourself to find out where you stand in regards to this topic. The first question would be, do I love sex enough to spend the energy and time in these emotional learning steps that I need to take? If you're doing this for your partner, and if your line is, I do whatever makes him or her happy, and if you don't do it for your love of sex, then you will expose yourself to emotional hurt. Another question would be, is the sex with my partner, my primary partner, the quality of the sex with my primary partner, is that a priority for me? It needs to remain a priority, because if you want to open up the relationship because you are not satisfied with the sex you're having at home and you think it's just easier to go out, then that will definitely crack the foundation of your relationship. The third question would be, am I clear about the motivation for my sexual desires? Am I emotionally motivated to have sex? Am I genitally motivated to have sex? And you can be both, by the way. The only thing is this is mostly for women. If your sexual desire is based on emotional need at a certain time, and you go out and have sex with your lover and not with your partner, then your heart will be confused. Get confused. So those would be 3 questions you can ask yourself. As you can see, non-monogamy is not easy. It requires certain things for you to do, things you can keep for the rest of your life, like emotional growth. But it sure does offer, it can offer a wonderful, exciting sex life. And if that's something you want to pursue and you want to have deeper conversations into these details, then give me a call. And otherwise, go have a good time and be honest, talk about it, and good luck. Bye.